As we all been scared of strong Russian army, first couple of days was the worst because, I mean, Ukraine is such a small country and Russia at least just huge, so they have more power. But Russians underestimate our army because it's not 2014 how they stole Crimea and occupied Donetsk and Lugansk. We have 8 years to prepare, and Russia has 8 years to destroy their own army from inside. Now we can see what does Russian army means. It's just a group of slaves who can only steal, rape and shoot our kids. Yes, shoot our kids. That's what they're doing. When they allow some green corridors, which is very rare from Kharkov and Mariupol, they always drunk. That's what they're doing. They come to some houses and just want to have some food and vodka. Yes, vodka. And after being drunk, they just start shooting green corridors just to have some fun. So after this, don't need to tell me why we love all Russians so much. Because who is raping women? Who is killing kids? Putin? No, his slaves. So it's a Russian people choice. And believe me, I would like to say so much more, but I'm afraid that my video will be blocked. What I would like to do with those Nazis and what the price they should pay for our debt. But another side of all of this, how West countries just watch and actually also expect that, oh, Putin probably will come and divided Ukraine on 2 parts. We're gonna just watch and not gonna hurry with sanction. So US, Europe just was watching and waiting when Ukraine finally fall. But here we are, such a surprise. Ukraine didn't give up our land. We're ready to fight without weapons, but we're not gonna give our land to those Nazis. And after, Europe opened them eyes like, oh wow, actually Ukraine are not so weak as we expect. Let's help them. Yes, US, Europe, all world right now helping us. And I will say just people helping us. But government wasn't very in hurry to support Ukraine. But Putin did something which completely was work against him. He united people. He united Ukrainian as nobody before. Look at our people. In a village, people doing home Molotov cocktails. Some grandma poison Russian idiots with food. Look at our president who didn't escape. I'm sure 99% of leaders, they would run away immediately if they would be in danger. And here is a secret, actually, why Ukrainians are so strong. Do you think we fight against Russia only 1 month or 8 years? No, it's a war at least for the last 100 years. And here is just dry facts. So, Bolshevik war against Ukrainian army, Russification, destruction of Ukrainian language, Holodomor, at least 5 million people killed, 5 million of Ukrainians. Stalin's repression, Ukrainian culture totally destroyed, massive deportation to Russia, deportation of the Crimea Tatars from Crimea, by the way, war against Ukrainian army again, repression of Ukrainian dissidents. That's your favorite question. Why so many Ukrainians in Ukraine speak Russian? Look, Russia was fighting against Ukrainian language for the last 100 years. All famous, successful writers who was promoting Ukraine, they spent half of life in jail. That's how hard Russia was afraid of Ukrainian language. And my favorite one. In 1994, Ukraine abandoned nuclear weapons in exchange for guarantees of security and territorial integrity. That's a reason why we can't trust Russia never again. 80% of population support any war in Russia. Doesn't matter against who. War is cool. It's a language of power. Same time, they live in complete hole, in complete poverty, but support power, support war against everybody. 10% of population who probably lives in a big city like Moscow or St. Petersburg, here they have a good life, and they probably, if they have a little bit of brain, they already left Russia, because in Russia you can't even say a word war. It's forbidden in Russia. So everybody else who lives in a village has the shittest life. They are watching main propaganda because they don't have any access to internet, and that's how they support them Tsar. In a TV, you can see only crazy Russian fake news. Probably you're gonna tell me that it's fake, but no, it's totally real in Russian propaganda. So, my favorite one, that Ukrainian crucified a Russian-speaking boys on the fence. And also we have a biological laboratory that develops ducks to fight against Russian aircraft. Imagine how smart are our ducks. I guess with this scenario, you have to go at least on Netflix. So actually, after all this fantasy, the rest of propaganda doesn't sound too bad. So the main idea of Putin is to start a war against Ukraine, is denazification, denationalization, and of course to protect poor Russian-speaking people. Oh my God, poor Russian-speaking people in Ukraine. And denazification, all Russians screaming we fight against Nazi and we fight against Banderovci. Banderovci, by the way, is coming from Bandera, is Ukrainian leader who spent half of his life in a concentration camp, and Zelensky is a Jew actually. So where is the logic in all this propaganda? But actually, yeah, logic is not the strongest part of Russians. Putin already lost. It's not a secret. That's why he is dangerous right now. Not only for Ukraine, but for the rest of the world. He can't keep Ukraine, that's why at least he can destroy. And look at him, he understands only their language of power. One way how he was keeping his rating up is just to stealing other territories, Crimea, Chechnya, Georgia, Syria, Transnistria. That's one way how he can make his stupid slaves happy. That's what's happening right now in Mariupol, Kharkov. He just wants to destroy the city because he can't keep it. He's just old Nazi out of his mind. One of the big fantasy of that scary rat who is sitting right now in bunker somewhere in Ural was to celebrate a big parade in Kiev. That's why he's gonna do his best just to show his slaves that everything is under control, so ships can be happy. That's why I'm telling you why it's so important to fight informatively. Doesn't matter where are you, you really can help Ukraine. And don't forget, Ukraine is protecting the whole Europe right now, so we really need your support. And here is some ways how you can really help. And don't need to look for excuse if you're not in Ukraine or if you don't know how to shoot that you can help. No, it's not. And I'm really asking you, if you can, please try to support us and everything will be Ukraine. And in the end, as I said before, Putin can destroy our territory, but there is no chance he can break our freedom. Slava Ukraini!